Welcome back. The NFL anthem protest now setting an example for young Americans on and off the field, like one Texas high schooler who's now getting expelled for sitting during the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, she is suing. It's saying that students cannot be forced to stand during the pledge, but does she have a case? Here now to debate it, former federal attorney Emily Campagno and criminal defense attorney Stephanie Willis. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
So I will start with you, Stephanie. We were just discussing, she's been doing this since the 9th grade. Her name is India Landry.
Correct. She's been doing this since the 9th grade, and as we previously discussed, this was before Colin Kaepernick actually took a knee. So we know that she's done this on several occasions, and for some reason, this was the first time that her principal decided to expel her. And so what we know is she's going to a public school, and in a public school, she has the right under the First Amendment to conduct this act.
Emily, she said her reason for not standing for the pledge, and this is a quote, because it goes against everything I believe in. And then the principal, the reason for telling her that she was expelled, apparently told her that she was going to stand for the pledge like other African Americans in her class. What do you think?
Right. Well, now the school is a little bit turning back and saying they expelled her and sent her home because she refused to stand in the principal's office, kind of narrowly towing that line and acknowledging that they do have a case, her and her mother, who actually filed the lawsuit, with having her sent home. But the attorneys for her are arguing a 1943 case that proponents always argue, in which the United States Supreme Court ruled that you cannot force a student to stand for the national anthem for religious beliefs. Here, however, it's totally distinguishable because she admits it's not for her religious beliefs. That case involved Jehovah's Witnesses. She says, as you stated, it's here because the flag doesn't stand for what it stands for, liberty and justice and all that. Moreover, the Supreme Court has also ruled that the constitutional rights of students do not automatically coexist with that of adults.
You know, Stephanie, is there a difference between taking action and standing or not standing versus we hear a lot about children or students wearing T-shirts? You know, we heard a lot about the Trump T-shirt. Right. One student in particular was taken out of the yearbook because of it. Right.
Well, we have to know that there was a case previously back in 1969 in which individuals wore black armbands in order to protest the Vietnam War. And the court said that that was okay. And so what we have in schools is that individuals are allowed to protest as long as it's not disruptive. And so we know that India has been doing this since the 9th grade. And as Emily previously provided that, the court did go to religious beliefs, but they said that it goes beyond that as well. It states that an individual who is in school cannot be prevented from moving forward with their First Amendment rights.
Emily, I understand that she is back in school now.
She is back, yes. In fact, the school allowed her to come back and requested a meeting actually with her parents because previously had a policy that any student could sit for the national anthem with a note from their parents. I'd like to touch on a 2007 federal case in which the court ruled that a football coach who kicked off 4 players for circulating a petition about him could do so because it sowed disunity. Now, the courts have also ruled that a privileged action, i.e. participating on the football field, is the same constrictions or lack thereof as in a classroom. So here I acknowledge Stephanie's case that she just said, but again, it's a little bit more persuasive to go to that field where, regardless of whether it's a peaceful protest, if it sows disunity, that action can be stopped.
Well, from the NFL to the classroom, it is spreading. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.